Hello, everybody, and welcome in. It is Wednesday. Happy Hump Day, everybody. Well, we've got a race for you here this week, midway through our work week, ladies and gentlemen. For all of us that have to do the adulting thing, I know, right? But hey, that's just the way it is. So, final but not least, ladies and gentlemen, is our PRO AM2 lobby here tonight. We have 11 drivers settled in, ready to race here tonight, which is fantastic. So, Sweaty Palms, RJC, Corey GT35, who's no longer in his division, he's moved up into Pro Am. Mao, C. Turner, of course, OBR's Miguel, Seaberry, Painani from OBR as well. A. Fuentes, Tro and Colby, new driver now for THG as well. Rev Prozac, Phoenix, Mini Dan, and OBR JM. So, we don't have all those drivers in the field here today, ladies and gentlemen. We are missing a couple, but that's all right. This is presented by Flat Out Racing North America, ladies and gentlemen, and it is sponsored by GTR Simulators and Apex Racing. For more information, jump into the Facebook page on GT45 Gaming, and both those links are posted in the pinned comments below. Hey, where we go? What's up, Tro and Larry? Hey, good luck. What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good night so far. This race was ran Sunday night, as you can see in red there on the bottom of the screen at 9:30 Eastern Time. It's ran at the same time as the Pro Am 1 lobby, and we're going to be broadcasting this race here to you tonight, so you guys can see all the action that everybody got missed, unfortunately, due to us not being able to broadcast them live. So, at the end of the night, I believe we are going to have 2 of the 3 podium finishers in for interviews, and we've changed up a little bit with how we're doing our interviews and where we're doing our interviews from, so well, we'll see how that goes. Should be interesting. But strategies, we seen much last night. The other Pro Am lobby, we seen a mixture of 1 and 2 stop strategies. Didn't look like the 1 stop strategy really worked out too well for that many of the drivers. The 2 stop strategy did seem to be the dominant strategy. So let's see if it's the same as much of the same thing here tonight in our Pro Am 2 lobby as well. The 1 stop strategy would be about 20 to 25 laps on the medium tires here around Blue Moon Infield A, and then 15 to 20 laps on the softs, depending on how much fuel you can save and how well you can manage your tires. But in order to be able to do that, you have to really be able to maintain a solid, consistent pace all the way around every single lap. You can't make a mistake. 1 stop strategy is a mistake-free strategy. 2 stop strategy allows you to still make a small mistake or 2, as long as you can still run extremely fast laps. But the trick to the 2 stop strategy, ladies and gentlemen, is really ideally to be faster than everybody else, because you have to full send it all race long. And that is tough to do, because you still have to do 20 laps or so on those medium tires in order to really be able to make that 2 stop strategy work in your favor come the 2 soft tire stints. So it's going to be interesting to see what these drivers decide to do here tonight. All the graphics we're going to see here on the broadcast tonight, ladies and gentlemen, again powered by Hyper Graphics. Our beautiful drivers list and our little Sunday screens are done by a media guru, Yanni, who is also racing in our pro division here at Flat Out Racing. So really, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's just get the action happening here. Let me switch over the screens, make sure we have some actual game audio this time, and we're ready to go. So on pole tonight is Phoenix, so bonus point for this gentleman to start the race off here. Rev Prozac coming in behind in second, with Tro and Colby in third. And from what I'm told, I believe these top 3 drivers only qualified about a 1/10 of a second apart from each other. So very tight right there up at the top 3 drivers. Mao in 4th, Sweaty Palms in 5th. We have Painani in 6th, our current Pro Am 2 championship leader coming into round 3. We have OBR Miguel, we have Turner, we have JM, we have RJ, and we have Fuentes here in the 11th position to round out our field. So 11 drivers on track, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty decent sized field here for Pro Am 2, guys. And without further ado, pardon me, ladies and gentlemen, kick them tires, light them fires, let's go racing. Vic coming in with that like, and Joe coming in with that like. Much love, everybody. Hope we're all doing well on this beautiful Wednesday evening. Alright, so here we go. We're waiting. 3 red, 4 red, 5 red, waiting for the green, waiting for the green. Guys are revving up those engines, and we're green, and we're going racing, so here we go. And Phoenix gets a great start here off the line. Looks like an OBR driver there. I could be wrong, though. Based off of course, the livery on the car. We do have Rev Prozac in second place here. We're just we're going to go through the field a little bit here as we're coming around turn one. We're going to make sure everybody gets through. We're 3 wide here as we're coming up through fourth and fifth place, but those guys seem to settle it out there between each other. Looking good. And it is battle on as we have Panani. Oh, a little bit of contact. Oh, and we got Havoc in the backfield here. We have 1, 2, 3. Looks like 4 cars potentially involved here. Let's see what we got here. We've got Turner was involved there, losing position. Trone doesn't look like he was involved. Maybe he was. We've got damage on Miguel. We've got damage on RJ here. Pretty significant damage as well on Sweaty Palms. So quite a few cars getting collected up coming into turn 2 there, and not sure what happened there. We just kind of missed what happened there, but it definitely looked like one driver got into the grass and all Havoc just broke loose there. So Phoenix in the early lead here. I guess he was on pole position, so he got a nice clean start there. He got ahead of the Havoc there coming into turn 2, and you can see him already breaking that slipstream here from Prozac in behind the second place. So already on lap 1, we're playing games here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This should be fantastic. Painani here in third place, and he's having a good race here to start again tonight. Been a very good driver here so far in the series. Mr. Fuentes from 11th to 4th place because of that chaos into turn 2 here. And that's fantastic for him. But you see JM starting to make the move here. He's going inside into turn 2. And this is where we're seeing the problems from these drivers last time around. And there we go. Fuentes goes deep as well into that grass. But this time we avoid the chaos. So he's just going to park it there. Oh, and another driver reacting to that. He's in the wall as well. So Miguel also in the grass. So we have 2 drivers here off the track there. And then we have, of course, these drivers fixing that damage from the beginning of the race. So already it is getting very interesting here in lap 2, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! But Phoenix in the lead. Prozac right underneath him. He is sniffing underneath that rear spoiler here. And it looks like he gets a really good run out of that nice hard left-hand corner, and then we come into this long run up this oval up to the start-finish line here. So beginning of lap 3 coming, and currently Phoenix leading the race. Again, he was the fastest man in qualifying, and he is all about breaking that slipstream here. So Prozac's not having any of it. He's just going to follow him around. Ooh, takes a look inside, opts out of it there, and that's going to cost him a little bit of time on entry to the corner there. See what kind of exit he gets there. I should allow Painani in third place to really start to gather these 2 up here just in front as well. So good little battle happening here between first and second place currently on the racetrack. And I'm sure those 2 are probably going to swap some fastest laps around here. Painani fastest man on the racetrack with a 107.548 here currently, but very young into the race yet. JM in 4th place here, and we've got Mao in 5th. A little bit of lag as he came around that corner there. That could prove to be a little bit difficult to race around as the race progresses if it gets any worse. We have Turner here in 6th place, and he's coming around the hairpin right now. He's starting to chase down Mao in 5th place. And ooh, Mao getting a little bit wide there. So looks like he kept it together though, as Turner's still here in 6th place. He has Trone all over the back end of him here, and there he is. So we see Trone Kobe in his nice new Diggs, that THG racing car there on the racetrack, looking fantastic. So Trone Kobe here in 7th, and doing what Trone Kobe does, ladies and gentlemen. He's a patient race car driver, so it's going to be interesting to see how he processes this race as he progresses here tonight. We have OBR's Miguel, and he was one of the cars we see go wide in after on the second lap in turn 2 there. So a little bit of struggle from some of these guys in that specific corner here. Fuentes coming around here right now, flashing those headlights, tells me he's a controller driver, ladies and gentlemen. Sweaty Palms involved in the first lap incident there on turn 2, and one of the cars collected up there with RJ right behind in 11th. So both those guys got the cars fixed up, and they came out in behind each other. So that actually could be quite beneficial for those 2 drivers. They can link up and they can work together to push some air and get those lap times down by 2-3 tenths a lap on the rest of the field. And next thing you know, they got a battle up in front of them. So great stuff. Good evening, my guy. The Commons commentator bringing you all the excitement of racing. Hey, we appreciate you, JoJo. Adam Ballard coming in. Get it, Zach. Hey, much love, everybody. John coming in with the thumbs up. Flora Caesar as well. Much love, everybody. Hope we're doing fantastic here tonight. Rev here in 2nd place. And he's starting to lose a little bit off the back end of Phoenix here currently. But this is a very young race yet today, ladies and gentlemen. It's only lap 4:40. Granted, very short racetrack. Minute 7 lap times here currently on the racetrack. But it'll go by before you know it. Bat and eyelash, and it'll be gone. So first and second place really got a pretty good gap already on 3rd place driver Painani, who's literally just kind of out there on his own. So I'm starting to wonder if he had a little bit of an incident on the racetrack perhaps there at some point, and just fell off the pace of these guys just a little bit due to maybe a mistake going a little bit wide in the corner. It's very easy to do here, Blue Moon Infield A. We've seen it all week long from all our divisions. Drivers struggling from each of the divisions in the race, and most of it to do just with those track limits, getting into that grass, and it just ruins your day. So Painani here in third place, and I mean, his lap times don't really say he made a mistake. The other guys are just lapping a little bit quicker than he is currently. JM here in fourth place in that Monster Energy car. They're looking fantastic. Beautiful look at Subaru he's got going on there. Mao in behind with the same livery there, teammate Jason in fifth place here as well, so looking very solid so far. Looking like the lag is at times settling down, but it seems like when he's going through these corners especially is when it really starts to act up. So hopefully the drivers have made him aware of that while he's on the racetrack, and he just make sure he gives a little extra space when he's racing. We've got Turner here in sixth place and changing up the car a little bit there. And a little spicy red going on there from C. Turner here tonight. We've got Tron Colby chasing Turner, and Tron's just been chilling there in seventh place and behind him there. He's just like, yeah, okay, you got a good pace. Let's just go with this, mate. I'm good. I'll save some fuel, save some tires, make up some time in pit lane, and then we'll push. So Tron Colby doing what we see Tron Colby doing a lot is just sit there and be very patient. Miguel here in eighth place, with Fuentes chasing in ninth. So Fuentes having a little bit of a better race here than he had last week. He's a little more with it here. He made a couple quick mistakes, but he's learned from them very quickly, it seems like, and showing a little more respect to this racetrack, and you need to, because this racetrack can make you pay. And he's just taking that corner a little bit too deep each time, but getting around there okay. So Sweaty Palms here in 10th and RJ in 11th. So you might see these two start catching up to Fuentes here if he keeps making them little mistakes like that getting into the grass. That is costing him a couple tenths of a second, if not more, around these corners, because of course now he's going to have some dirty tires as well, and then he's going to have to fight the car around the next couple corners. So tough businesses, racing businesses, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, we are playing here on the Gran Turismo 7 platform. For those of you that may be new and watching and wondering what we're doing here, we are racing with the league Flat Out Racing North America. We have some sponsors here that have put up some prizes for our racers from GTR Simulators and Apex Racing. And I am your host for the evening, GT45 Gaming, and I commentate and bring these races live to Facebook and YouTube for everybody to enjoy and watch. And yeah, the guys go out and track and have a lot of fun. So if you are new to the broadcast, welcome in. We definitely appreciate you being here, and I hope you guys enjoy the race at hand here this evening. So Prozac in second place, and he's starting to kind of reel Phoenix back in a little bit. We've seen a little bit of a gap there, but now it's starting to close back up. Painani looking like he might be starting to close up just a little tiny bit here too. He doesn't want to lose too much of these guys up in front of him here. We got JM in fourth place, with teammate Mao in fifth place, not too far behind here, just coming around that same corner. We just seen JM. You can see our top five drivers only split up by about 5 seconds here currently, maybe a little bit more on the track. We've got Turner in sixth, and he's got Tron Colby in tow here, and Tron's just chilling. He's like, yeah, no, I'm good here, man. You just keep doing all the work with your car, and I'm going to save mine. Miguel here in eighth place, and again, one of the drivers having a bit of a rough start, but he seems to be handling it quite well here. He's managing quite well. We've got Fuentes here in ninth, and just in behind Mr. Fuentes here, as we're coming around the sweeper, you take a look in behind, not quite there, but Sweaty Palms and RJ are starting to encroach there. You can see him just coming around that corner right now, so slowly but surely starting to gain on Fuentes here. So Sweaty Palms here as well in 10th place. You can see him up there, so he knows that he's starting to close up on the pack. And then RJ, of course, just a little bit behind Sweaty Palms here as well. So once RJ realizes that that pack is right there, we may see the pace start to pick up from this driver here as well. Scott Arthur coming in with that thumbs up, and Corey as well. Much love, everybody. Hey, how you doing, John? Let's go Tron, says Corey. Hey, look at all the fans in here. We love it. So let's have a little fun around Blue Moon here with our leader Phoenix here with our other onboard camera here. Nice little spicy camera here, gives you a good shot at what these BRZs look like inside these cockpits and all the little doodads that these drivers have that play with here while they're racing. So as you can see, it's very busy inside these cockpits. Of course, obviously the driver's focusing on his racing lines, but you can see he's got that on board there. It tells him his RPMs, his fuel, and then he's got all these little switches to change his brake bias and his fuel mapping and all these things right there to his left as well, and kill switches, yeah, all kinds of fancy doodads in these cars here for these drivers to, you know, help them manage their cars. Of course, they're starting to wear them out in a race like this, so the cars do take a beating for sure. each and every race, and it takes a team behind these drivers to keep these cars racing every week. So pretty busy car this BRZ is inside that race car. So pretty cool little look there. Let's get a little look at this livery here while we can. Our leader here, Phoenix. We're just going to do a nice little slow roll around here. Doesn't like driver number on the car apparently, but hey, the car's looking fantastic. Alright, go take a look at some liveries here. Our second place driver, Prozac here. Ooh, I gotta tell you, whoever operates this drone on the racetrack here, he's yeah, that is some skill to keep up with these cars at these speeds. But yeah, livery's looking fantastic here. We haven't been doing this so far this season, and I mean, another OBR livery here. We've seen one like this already, but obviously we're still going to show the man some love here. Mexican flag on the side of that car there, ladies and gentlemen, and then driver JM as well. There's that Monster Energy car. Get a good look at that Monster Energy car. It's a pretty snazzy one there. Unfortunately, we can't get an overhead view for you guys and gals watching here, but this is about the best thing we can do to really get a good live, in-motion look at what these race car designs are looking like on these drivers. Mal, much of the same as the one we just seen there. This is Turner's car here. See that quadrant on the side there, Flying Fox Racing. See our sponsor logos there on the cars as well. Trone, and again, just chilling out here. He's really in no hurry to make a move on Turner up in front there, so obviously he's quite satisfied with the pace of that driver. We're not going to get a camera look on that side of the car here currently because he's so tight to the wall, and the drone can't fly through the wall. So there we go, THT driver Trone Kobe there. Another OBR livery here. We got Sweaty Palms here as well. Another Flying Fox racer here. He's in a little bit of a different livery here tonight as well on his car compared to his teammate up ahead there. Ooh. And again, can't get the other side shot, but as you can see, the wall is very tight here, ladies and gentlemen, at Blue Moon Infield A. As we get to take a look at Mr. Fuentes' car here, and it's the first orange one we've seen here. It's looking pretty good. That drone guy's doing a real good job of trying to squeeze in there and give us a shot, but you know, it is what it is. The walls are the walls. And of course, RJ here as well, our final competitor on track right now, in 11th place. Showing some classic Subaru love here on his race car design tonight. We absolutely love that. Look at that. Look at the style in this guy's livery here. It takes a lot of work for these guys to come up with these designs and make these cars look the way they do. So, oh, and Fuentes having a bit of an issue there. I'm not sure what happened there. It looked like he just lost some grip in that front end of that race car, and it just kind of nosed right into the wall there. So definitely some damage on that car there for Mr. Fuentes, but really unfortunate. But that's racing, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, the changes of the conditions on track here are starting to change. These guys had some sunny temperatures to start this race. We can see the clouds starting to roll in there in some of these camera shots as we're checking out what our drivers are up to on the racetrack here. But Phoenix, who has qualified to be starting on pole position here today, and he's had the race lead since. So Rev Prozac has been doing a very good job at pacing with them here, but he is starting to slowly lose a little bit of time to our leader Phoenix up ahead. We have Panani here in third place, and he's been there the whole race as well, just trying to catch up to that group. And it seems like he's slowly but surely starting to lose that pack a little bit as well. We've got JM and teammate Mal behind in fifth here in fourth place, and he's trying to catch back up to that podium pack there so he can start battling for a podium position. We got Mal here in fifth, and you can see it's not so bad when he's on the straightaways, but as soon as we see him come around the corner here, we see that car going a little bit side to side. It's kind of funny how that works sometimes, but it's just the way it is sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, in sim racing. And we are, of course, at the mercy of our internet connections at the end of the day. So Mr. Turner here is starting to close up on Mao here now. And I'm not sure where Trone went, so maybe Trone is on a different pit strategy here. As he was in behind this driver here, we have Miguel in 7th place. Sweaty Palms here up into 8th now. RJ now moved up into 9th, and Trone into 10th. So Trone has made a pit stop here. Yes, I was correct on that assumption. And Fuentes here in 11th. So we'll show you guys some information here about midway through the race. We'll let you guys know what the tire strategies are looking like, what the fuel's looking like in these cars, and we'll just let you guys have a little peek-sees, you know. But until then, only I get to see. Haha. No, I'm kidding. We love you. We love you. But we believe in fair play here, Flat Out Racing North America and GT45 Gaming. That's why we see the banner on the screen. The banner is covering all those little tidbits of information. So we always let you guys take a peek at some point in the race so you guys can see the different strategies going on from the drivers and what they're looking like. But other than that, we don't really talk about what's happening too much as far as tires and fuel go. But what I can tell you is we're definitely seeing some variation in the compounds of tires at the start of the race. Currently right now, almost every driver on the racetrack is running the same tire, almost. So we do have blue flag situation here. As you can see, Phoenix, our leader, coming up on Fuentes, not having the best of race, but he's not having a terrible race all at the same time here. He's just kind of lost the corners a couple times in the racetrack. But on these small racetracks like that, as soon as you start to follow the sequence on pit lane, that's when you start kind of falling into the clutches of the pack and the race, I guess. So we'll see where it all settles down as soon as these pit stops all kind of make their rotation through. Prozac, our second place driver here, he's now starting to catch up to this driver as well, and Prozac's going to opt actually to come into pit lane here, so pit stop for Rev Prozac. Painani's going to stick it out, go around again. He's in third place. He's now going to move up into second place, of course, with that pit stop from Prozac. JM is going to move up into third, so he's going to stay out for some more laps here yet. Let's see what Turner's going to opt to do. Turner's also going to go around here for some more laps. We've got Mao is going to stay out as well. All right, so interesting strategies here. Lots of the guys on different types of two-stop strategies, it seems like. Maybe some one-stops. We could see potential one-stops yet. We aren't out of the realm of the one-stop strategy either here yet today. But we will definitely be monitoring our pit stop. Sweaty Palms now up in 8th, Patron in 9th, so grabbing a spot on RJ here already. And Fuentes here in 11th, he's got that blue flag waving. And we know he's really good with that. We've seen it all season long where he's been able to navigate that situation quite well. Phoenix here is our leader. Is he going to come in this time around is the big question here. It doesn't look like he's going to. It looks like he's going to just sit in the racing line and continue on here. So he does have a pretty nice gap, but it's not a big enough gap to stay ahead of Painani if he were to pit right now. So Painani fairly close behind here in second place, 5-6 seconds behind. JM about the same distance behind Painani as well here in third place. So that is our current running order for our top three, but we are starting to see our pit stop sequence taking place here, so that will change a few more times here yet over the next few laps, ladies and gentlemen. We have C. Turner here, Aaron Benson coming in with that thumbs up in 4th place as well. Mao here in 5th. How's the youngin' doing, my man? How's the family doing, my man? Hope we're all well. Rev Prozac in 6th place after making his pit stop there, so he came out in a pretty good position there. Miguel in 7th place there, and a little touch with that wall there, but I can tell you his tires are screaming. We should probably be seeing him making a pit stop fairly soon here, but we could be wrong. He does not go into pit lane here. That kind of surprises me. He's struggling with some damage there as well, so that driver's got a handful underneath that race car right now. Sweaty Palms going the inside into turn 1. He's going to get the move done before he even gets into turn 1. Should be fairly easy to hold this move. He just parks it on the apex and there's just nothing. Of course, Miguel can do from OBR here, so he's going to settle into 7th place, 8th place there in behind Sweaty Palms. Nice job by those guys. Tro and Kobe starting to close up on these guys here as well in 9th place. We see Painani now coming into pit lane as well, so RJ here in 10th with Fuentes in 11th. He's just coming around. He's going to get that lap back from that driver, so as I said, as we see these pit stop sequences start to cycle out, we'll probably see these drivers start to get back on the lead lap here. So Phoenix still out. He's looking pretty good here in 1st place, and right now he's got a pretty cozy gap with Painani pitting now. So now, with that being said, we have JM here, and JM is probably 10 to 12 seconds behind our current race leaders. So one more pit stop before Phoenix here, and he's got a good shot at a really good overcut opportunity here. C. Turner in 3rd place as well. Now after these sequence pit stops have started, we got Mao here still in 4th place. Painani's come back out and he's up into 5th with Prozac chasing, so Painani actually jumping Prozac in pit lane there is so going to be ahead of that driver. Sweaty Palms in 7th, not too far behind Prozac there, as you can see, about 2.5 seconds, and Tro and Kobe starting to close in on this as well. RJ here in 9th with Miguel now coming into pit lane, so he's making a stop here, and our leader has finally come into pit lane, so Fuentes coming around going to get that lap back from our leader. JM opting to stay out, so JM will be the 2nd race leader here tonight for our PRO AM2 lobby, ladies and gentlemen, and Turner's going to come around here in 2nd place. Mao is going to grab 3rd, so a whole new looking podium here for the time being. So JM will be coming in soon for sure, without a question of a doubt. Turner, hard to say. I guess that's up to this driver at this point. He has a little bit of energy left in the tank and the tires of that race car, and he might be able to go around 2 or 3 more times. We've got Mao here in 3rd place, and it looks like we got a little. Oh no, not a battle here. We just have Turner coming around Fuentes right there. You can see Fuentes just letting off the throttle, letting him by. So great job by Fuentes. Phoenix is starting to catch up here in 4th place. Panani in 5th. He's just coming around turn 1 here right now, and he has Prozac not too far behind here, also coming around turn 1. Sweaty Palms in tow. So this mid-pack starting to close up a little bit here. And Tro and Colby, all 3 of these drivers just slowly but surely closing up to each other. A couple more laps of those big long straightaways with no mistakes from all 3 of these drivers, and we're going to see 3 drivers nose to tail here. RJ in 9th place, Fuentes in 10th, Miguel coming out here in 11th. So JM now coming into pit lane. What is Turner going to do? Turner's going to stay out, so Turner is now going to take the race lead here, and he'll be our 3rd race leader tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as he comes around turn 1. So Turner now retains the race lead here, and Flying Fox now leading our Pro AM2 lobby. We got Mao here in 2nd place with Phoenix in 3rd. We have JM still in pit lane. Where's Panani going to come out here? He's just coming around this final little oval right now. He's on this long run. It looks like JM is coming out of pit lane right now, and he is. So he's going to beat Panani to turn 1, but Panani is going to be coming at speed here. So a little bit of opportunity for him, and he's bringing along Prozac as well. So the whole field is going to be bearing down on these drivers here very soon. We see Tro and Colby and Sweaty Palms starting to get a little feisty here now, as Tro and Colby had a little bit of a run on the outside there. Takes a look at the cutback, opts to tuck back in here. So Tro and Colby's just being very patient, but he is definitely taking a look here. Is he going to make a move on Sweaty Palms? Ooh, and here we go. Battle on between Tro and Colby and Sweaty Palms here, and this is kind of what Sweaty Palms is dealing with here now. Tro and Colby's being pretty patient right now in this infield sector. Sweaty Palms doing a really great job of just kind of holding that racing line and defending each of one of those apexes. But I think that if he leaves an opportunity here, Tron is going to jump on it, so it's going to be very interesting to see what kind of run Tron can get coming into the straight here. And this is all he's seeing in his rearview mirror. Ooh, a little bit of wall contact there by Tro and Colby. Not ideal for his exit, and that should be enough for Sweaty Palms to stay just ahead of him here. But you can see the slipstream very strong in these Subarus here, and it is just going to pull him right back up into Sweaty Palms. And you can just see by the end of this, by the braking zone, he's going to be very close here. We got a driver coming out of pit lane. That's going to make things a little spicy here. Ooh, reacting with Sweaty Palms there. A little extra on the brakes. A little bit of contact between the 2 drivers. No harm, no foul done there. But Tron is going to take advantage here. He's going to take a look up the inside. And is he going to get it done? He's going to get the job done. Looked like Sweaty just gave the position to him there. Didn't want to battle through that corner. So he's going to tuck back in behind Tro and Colby. So Tro and Colby, ladies and gentlemen, moving up into 7th position here at the midway point of our race. Great job there by Tron, showing great patience. And now he's on the hunt to driver Mao up in front. We got Turner now coming into pit lane as well. So that should give Phoenix the race lead back once Turner pits. We're sticking with Tro and Colby here, so it looks like he's going to try and get the job done on Mao up in front here now. So these 2 drivers are on different tire compounds, so one should have an advantage over the other here. Ooh, did we have an incident there with Prozac? As Prozac is just up in front of these guys now, so boy, oh boy, it's getting interesting in this mid-pack. Turner in pit lane, Sweaty Palms in pit lane. Let's get back to Mao and Tron here, and Zach is just up in front of these 2 drivers. So not sure if Zach had an issue there or if he just, these guys are just catching up that quickly. But Tron taking a look, not going to have to move there. He didn't have an angle. Going to tuck back in. And again, we're going to see it here again. He's going to close up, and he is all over the back end of Mao here. It's very hard to pass a driver who's bouncing around like this, though, with a little bit of connection lag. So Tron has to be very careful here. He's going to look inside. No, the door is going to get closed by Mao here, and no move for Tron. So Tron is just going to have to wait for an opportunity here. Tron has looked a couple of times, but he just hasn't been able to get it in there and get it around Mao. Oh, we see the mistake by Prozac. Prozac spins out in front of these 2 drivers, so Mao and Tron and Colby both moving up position to 4th, 5th place here. So now this has become a battle for 4th place for Tron and Mao. Tron's going to look up the inside. Mao's going to hold that top line here. and Trone is going to get the job done, but now it's a drag race coming into corner 1. Trone Colby does have the advantage coming to the inside line here. Let's see if he can hold it coming into the corner. Great battle by these two drivers. Prozac, the big loser there, unfortunately just getting it a little bit wrong under throttle. A little bit of contact between Trone Colby and Mal. There is some good racing between these two drivers here, ladies and gentlemen. And Trone is just going to edge it out, coming out of turn 1 here. Let's see if there's a response from Mao here in 5th place. So Trone now up into 4th place. And the new target is OBR's Pine Annie, ladies and gentlemen. But he is definitely bringing Mao with him here. So great battle by these two drivers. Fantastic stuff. Prozac here in 6th place. Oh, absolutely gutted for the man there. He's just a little too early on the throttle and spun that car around, but he did keep the car out of the wall. So that is a positive out of that here, ladies and gentlemen. RJ in 7th place. Everyone is fantastic. She's fussy about food as usual tonight. That gets better as time goes on, my friend. C. Turner here in 8th place, Miguel in 9th. We've got Sweaty Palms here coming across now in 10th, and Fuentes here in 11th. But Phoenix is the man on the charge here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He is crispy around Blue Moon Infield A here. Fastest lap on track right now with a 106.7. 769, ladies and gentlemen, not 89. And he has a tidy gap on our 2nd place driver JM here. JM sitting quite a few seconds behind this driver. Painani still holding very solid here in 3rd place. And again, our championship leader coming into round 3 here. Trone Colby in 4th place, trying to chase Painani down. You can see him. So potentially we see a battle here for 3rd place in the middle part of this race yet as well. Mao in 5th place. Rev in 6th, so he's still now trying to catch back up to those drivers. I'm sure he would like his position back here on the racetrack as well. Turner here in 7th, just coming into turn 1. We see RJ in making a pit stop here. We've got Miguel in 9th. We've got Sweaty Palms coming in 10th. Should grab a position there with that pit stop as well. We'll stick with Sweaty Palms here to see if he does jump RJ here as he is in pit lane. Does appear so. Can't call that quite yet. Yes, he still is in pit lane, so Sweaty Palms is going to jump up at the 9th place. Fuentes is coming around here, so RJ will stay in 10th here. We have JM now in pit lane as well, so multiple strategies from our drivers here today, ladies and gentlemen. And we may even be seeing some 3-stop strategies here, and I just haven't even clicked into it yet, but we're definitely seeing some variations of strategies. Phoenix here, though, still doing a very good job in the lead of this race, and maybe 1 stop from this driver or a modified 2-stop. We'll have to wait to find out. OBR Painani here in 2nd place as well, ladies and gentlemen, and he's doing a really great job here very early on in this race. Again, showing great pace early on here. So Painani is motoring around the racetrack here as he's coming into this hairpin, and I believe he is catching up on, I'm not sure which driver that is up in front there, but definitely catching up to one of our slower guys on the track here today. We have Trone Colby here now up into 3rd place, so Trone starting to move his way up the field here again, ladies and gentlemen. So he is starting to make some moves. It'll be interesting to see what he's got for us for the end of the race here. Mao in 4th place has definitely lost touch with Trone Colby here a little bit now. Rev Prozac trying to catch up to Mao here still as well after that spin on the racetrack. Super unfortunate there for him. We got Turner coming around here right now, and he's definitely got some time to make up on Rev Prozac up in front there. JM here in 7th place, of course, just making a pit stop there, ladies and gentlemen, so he's fresh out of pit lane here. We've got OBR Miguel as well here in 8th place, and he's the one I think being waved the flag from potentially Painani. Not really sure. I think it is Painani. So we do have Sweaty Palms here in 9th place as well. RJ in 10th and Fuentes here in 11th. But Phoenix coming around that final corner there right now and flying around there too, let me tell you. And he is up the road and flying. So let's do an onboard with our current race leader here, Phoenix, as he's led the majority of the race here, ladies and gentlemen, minus a couple laps out of pit stop sequence. So enjoy this lap around Blue Moon Infield Day with our current race leader, Phoenix. Whew, scary moments there for our race leaders. We've seen them catching up to a slower car that had an incident on a racetrack. They're very fortunate for a race leader there not to get involved in that incident. And Phoenix, whoops, now up the road here, coming into T1 on lap 27, ladies and gentlemen. So scary moments there for the race leader, but he managed to keep it in the right place at the right time and still running up the road here with the race lead. Painani here in second place, and he has starting to get a mirror full of Tyrone Colby here. So Tyrone Colby is definitely starting to gain on this driver here in front of him with OBR Painani. So Tyrone's looking racy tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Gonna take a look on the outside. He got a great exit coming out of turn 1. Is he gonna stick it on the outside here coming into turn 2? He's gonna get the job done coming into turn 2 there. Absolutely fantastic move from Tyrone Colby. He decided that was the time. He committed and got it done on the outside. Fantastic move there by Tyrone Colby to take second place. Now he needs to charge our race leader Phoenix, and Phoenix is a ways away up the racetrack here. So Tyrone Colby has his work cut out for him if he wants the race win here today, but he has found his way around Painani in third place, and Phoenix coming into pit lane just as we're talking about this, ladies and gentlemen. So modified two-stop strategy here from our race leader. Prozac now back up into fourth place here as well, and really hoping that he can start to gain some ground on those podium guys up in front of him there. C. Turner here in fifth place, and he's having a fantastic race for himself here tonight as well. You can see him just getting around Fuentes there. JM in sixth place. We've got Mao in seventh. We've got Sweaty Palms up here in eighth. We've got RJ in ninth with Miguel in pit lane sitting in 10th place. We've got Fuentes in 11th. Tron has now pit as well as Prozac, as well as Painani, as well as Phoenix. So our top four have all come into pit lane. Very interesting. Where is this going to put Turner and JM in all of this here? Phoenix is out of pit lane, so our leader has left pit lane. He's going to stay in the race lead, so the gap was just big enough to come back out in front here. So very interesting strategy here we see from our race leader Phoenix, and he is up the road still holding on to the race lead. Turner is going to come around here, and he is going to take second place from those drivers in pit lane. Trone is going to come out in third place here with JM just coming around the corner in behind him here. So JM should have a little bit of a run on Trone here as he's coming around. Painani coming out here in fifth place with Prozac coming around at speed behind this driver as well. So opportunity here for Prozac to grab a quick position on that driver on cold tires coming out of pit lane. Can he get the job done? Let's stick with Prozac here, see if he can get it done before the end of this lap here. Really getting that wide, but because it should give him a good run coming out of that next corner. And then coming around here into corner 4, I guess that is, ladies and gentlemen. And it looks like Painani is just going to manage to keep ahead of Prozac a little bit there. So Prozac has some work to do. Mao in 7th place with Sweaty Palms chasing in 8th. RJ here in 9th. Fuentes in 10th. And OBR, Miguel here rounding out our field in 11th place. So all the drivers still battling for positions here on the racetrack. That's what we're talking about. Quick stop to show my support and wish you good luck to all the racers. Hey, we appreciate you, Anthony. Hey, let's go, says Payme. Facts. Some great racing here tonight. But Phoenix is in command now. He has opened up a nice, juicy, tidy gap on our second place driver, Turner here. So Phoenix looking pretty solid here on lap 29 of 40. Definitely has the tires and the fuel. Should be able to get this job done here without having to stop again. We have Turner here in second, much of the same thing. He should have the tires and the fuel to get him all the way around this racetrack, right to the race end. He does have Tyrone Colby chasing here in third place, but Tyrone has some time to make up to Turner here. So good tires and good fuel, can go all the way to the end as well. JM here in fourth place, much of the same thing. He should be able to go all the way to the end on the tire and fuel he has in that race car. Painani, much of the same thing there, made his final stop just a couple laps ago there in fifth place. This driver was racing for the podium, so he has a little bit of work to do here. We got Mao here in sixth place, much of the same thing. Should be able to do this all the way through, but him and Prozac in a fight right now. And Prozac definitely has the tire and the fuel to get all the way around here, but is suffering a little bit of damage in the front end of that car there. So maybe got a little bit of contact here with driver Mao up in front. Maybe went to go give him a little push or something and just hit a little too hard. So going to be a tough race for Prozac with that front spoiler hurting like that. We got Sweaty Palms here in 8th with RJ in 9th. And looks like all our drivers should be good to the end here. We see Fuentes coming in right now. He's going to take some new rubber and fix some damage on that car most likely. So, hey, 4 for the win. Turner got the strategy. Oh, look at that. Baby says it's Turner. We got Phoenix here in first place. You can see Turner closing up. Turner is closing up. He is most certainly in this discussion. He is within about 3 seconds of our race leader. Phoenix up ahead here, so Turner's strategy proving to be very worthy. Trone Colby in third place, and he has some time to make up. He is a good solid 10-12 seconds behind these guys, but still holding down that final podium spot here so far in tonight's race. We've got JM in fourth place here, and he's not too far behind Trone Colby here either, so Trone does need to be aware where that driver is. Painani chasing. He's been fighting for the podium here all night as well. And again, our current championship leader. We've got Mao and Prozac still nose to tail here. But again, Prozac is suffering from a little bit of damage here, so he might not be able to get that car around as easily as he would like. In behind them is Sweaty Palms. He's not that far behind these two either. So we're starting to see some of these guys really start to close up here in our drawing laps, 3/4 of the way through, lap 30 or 40 here, ladies and gentlemen, with OBR Miguel and Mr. Fuentes here looking like he is a lap down. So lap 31, let's throw up some standings here real quick, ladies and gentlemen, here for everybody. And on the left side of the screen, you can't see, those are not the right standings. Hold on. Those are last night's standings. Let's bring up the proper ones here for everybody. There we go. There we go. There's our PRO AM2 division standings, ladies and gentlemen. A couple little clicks of a button and we can make some streamer magic happen for everybody. So you can see Painani leading with 42 points. You have Sweaty Palms in second with 32 points. You got JM in third with 28. Trone Colby very close behind with 26. I can't read that with 25. We've got Ramirez here with 16. We've got Barry with 14. Turner with 14 as well. We got RJ with 12. Fuentes rounding out that top 10 with 11 points. And then we have Phoenix with 10. So good race for Phoenix here. Can put him right back in the fight with these guys going into round 4. So that is kind of where everything settles here as our race starts to unfold in front of our eyes here as we draw to an end. Phoenix still in the lead, but Turner still right there. He has not let Phoenix get away that simply here. He is just going to keep putting in the paces and try to plan how he's going to catch up and get the job done for that first place position. We got Trone Colby here in third, and he is pushing. He is starting to close the gap up a little bit here, most certainly. So JM in fourth, and he is starting to catch up to Trone here as well. So he's picked the pace up here. The car's starting to feel very good here. They're a little bit lighter on fuel. They're moving around the racetrack a little bit quicker here. Painani in fifth place, and he's trying to chase these guys down. So there is just potential battles happening everywhere on the track. And these two, oh, there we go. We had a move there, but we have contact. Was that lag? I'm not 100% sure there, to be honest. It did kind of look like it was lag, just based off the way the car reacted on contact there. And we don't have any damage on any of the cars either there, so that may very well have been a lag incident there, as we have Rev Prozac now getting out in front of 7th place driver Mal there, and then we have Sweaty Palms there sitting in 8th place, just able to gain on that little mini battle those two had there. They both looked like they got slowed down a little bit from the potential maybe contact, but again, cars not really reacting like to hit each other there. It looked like it was just a spike in the internet connection, but again, very scary and tough to get around drivers that are reacting like that. You just have to be confident and just go with it and pray for the best there, and that's about what we saw there in that situation, ladies and gentlemen. Phoenix here still in first place, and Turner, he's turning up the jets here a little bit. He's getting on that loud pedal a little bit heavier here. He is starting to close up here, so here we go. Turner and Phoenix starting to potentially have a little mini battle happening here. Trone Colby, he's trying to catch these guys. Trone is just doing everything he can to catch these guys, but they got a whole straightaway on Trone Colby here right now. So Trone, he's got 6 laps remaining plus this lap, so technically 7 laps remaining, I guess, with this lap. So the time is there if one of those drivers makes a mistake for sure. Whether or not he can reel him in, I guess we'll have to wait to find out. JM here in 4th place with Painani in 5th, so a little bit of separation starting to happen here now from our first and 2nd place drivers to our 3rd, to our 4th, to our 5th place drivers. It looked like these guys were starting to close up on each other, but now the pace is starting to settle in here. And Prozac here starting to pull away from Mao as well. Mao in 7th, and now we have Sweaty Palms starting to close in on Mao here in 8th place as well. So RJ in 9th with Miguel in 10th place, and Fuentes just coming up that start-finish line. I was going to say looking invisible, having a struggle here coming back into pit lane, so tough race here for Mr. Fuentes tonight. Phoenix coming around here and still holding that race lead, but you can see Turner is still right there. He hasn't let him get away yet. He definitely would like to be closer, I'm sure, by now, but definitely working hard to try and catch up to our first place driver, Trone here. He is... Oof, it's so hard to tell if he's gaining time on these drivers or not, but he is definitely trying to send it here. We got JM in fourth, and he is, again, trying to catch up to Trone here as well. So maybe Trone has to kind of... Trone's really focusing on trying to catch those front two drivers, but he also needs to worry about JM in behind here in fourth place as well, as JM is slowly but surely ticking the time down off Trone Kobe here as he's coming around. Painani's much doing the same thing to JM here again, so these guys starting to pick away at each other's times and gaps here and trying to close each other up, grab another position or two before race end here. Mao here in sixth place. You can see Sweaty Palms not too far behind here, so potential battle happening between 7th and 6th place drivers here as well before the end of the race. Rev Prozac, not sure what's happened to him here, but dropped down to 8th place here now, and he is under fire from RJ as RJ is looking up the inside. Is he going to be able to hold a position? No, RJ is going to get the inside line coming around the hairpin here, so RJ grabbing up into 8th place here. So whatever happened to Prozac here, not ideal for this driver. He's losing the position, but he's fighting back up the inside, coming into the double apex here. Ooh, getting a little bit of grass under those tires, and side by side coming into the final corner. Here we go. Nope, he's going to tuck in behind. He's like, hold on here. This might not be the best of ideas. I'm just going to try and get a run on you here. And RJ doing a great job of staying out in front here to hit 8th position. So Prozac losing out, dropping down to P9. Miguel here in 10th place, and Fuentes in 11th. And looking like the lead lap cars are starting to catch up to these drivers. So could be good for Phoenix here. Get some distance in between him and Turner chasing him behind. Get some of those lap cars in between here as he's coming around this double apex corner here right now. He's just coming around the final corner here to take that start finish line to start lap 37. So we are almost there, ladies and gentlemen. Big long run here. This car, much like the cars we've seen in the earlier divisions, they were getting close to 660 to 165 mile an hour, and this poor BRZ here is really struggling just to get up to 160 miles per hour here. 157 coming into the corner here was Phoenix, so cars aren't quite getting up to the same speed as the rest of the divisions we're seeing here, but still putting in really good lap times here as well. Turner, he's chasing. He is doing everything he can to catch the leader here, but these two drivers are on different tire compounds here, so that is going to play into the strategy of what happens here in this race for sure. We have Trone Colby. He's coming around, and he is trying to close that gap up. He has been pushing hard here for a couple of laps now. JM much of the same, doing the same thing, trying to catch up to that third place driver, see if he can snag that final podium position here before race end. Painani up the road here, and he's going to have some lap traffic to deal with here as he's coming around. He's got Fuentes up in front. He's just got around a teammate there. And Fuentes, great line through that corner there actually was Fuentes as he came ripping around that hairpin. And let's see if he gets Painani around nice and clean. Here he does. He just lets that driver through. A little bit of contact there. Definitely wasn't intentional there. And Painani through. Mao here in 6th place as well. Matthew coming in with that thumbs up. Much love, my brother. Much love. Mao here in 6th place with Sweaty Palms in 7th. Sweaty Palms have been trying to catch up to Mao here, but he just doesn't quite have an answer for him. We've got RJ up into 8th after seeing that great battle between him and Rev Prozac just a lap ago. Prozac losing out on that battle here in 9th place. We have Miguel in 10th, and he's coming up to Fuentes here as well now. So Fuentes is going to have to give that position up to Miguel here as well, as Miguel's coming up on the back end of him here. So, and it does seem like he is going to do that there. Oh, he doesn't do that. He actually takes the hot line through there, but getting it wrong, but does a great job getting on the brakes there, and he's just gonna be like, okay, whew, that was close. So Phoenix here in 1st place. We got a couple laps remaining here, ladies and gentlemen, and he has opened up the gap on Turner, so he's turned the afterjets on here a little bit, and Trone Colby's having a battle here with Turner. Trone Colby gonna jump into 2nd place, so Trone out of nowhere has caught Turner. Did Turner have a little bit of a mistake on track there, as Trone was about 10 seconds behind, and then there we go, boom, Trone Colby moving up into P2, so Turner dropping down to 3rd place here. And just trying to get back into the back end of Trone Colby. He definitely doesn't want to lose any more time on the racetrack here, and it's all coming undone here for Turner. JM is right behind chasing. Pinati is just down the road here as well, with Mao not too far behind these guys in 6th place. Sweaty Palm chasing Mao. RJ here, he's kind of in no man's land now. He's got Prozac in behind, but I don't think Prozac is going to have much of an answer here for RJ before the end of this race. Miguel here in 10th and Fuentes in 11th, and he's just parked it. He's just like, yeah, you know what? We're just going to keep it here. So Phoenix in 1st place, and he is coming around this hairpin here. Jump over into Tron Colby here in 2nd, and Tron has closed up big time. Does Tron have enough in the car and enough time to catch up to Phoenix up in front? Turner doing everything he can to hold down that final podium position here as he is running as hard as he can to catch up to Tron Colby here, but he now has JM in tow, so can JM catch up and get a position here on Turner? We've got Pinani here in 5th place as well, with Mao in 6th. We've got Sweaty Palms here in 7th. We've got RJ in 8th place, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Brozac here in 9th, Miguel in 10th, and Mr. Fuentes, he has had enough here today, ladies and gentlemen. And Phoenix coming around here on the final lap of this race, ladies and gentlemen. So we are going to stick with our race leader here. And you can see he's getting a yellow flag there. That's just to let him know that there's a car off track there as he comes around there. Alright, and it looks like Tron has lost Turner, but it looks like Turner has his hands full here with JM as well. So it'd be interesting to see how that settles out here as we're coming through the middle part of our racetrack. Now we're just coming out of the infield sector. We got a double apex left-hander here these drivers are going to come out of. They're going to swoop it out wide. They're going to get set up for this really hard left-hander for this final run. For the final time here, Blue Moon Infield A for Pro AM2 guys tonight. And it is going to be Phoenix who's going to take the race win here tonight. So congratulations to Phoenix for an outstanding drive here tonight for Team OBR, and podium finish, top of the podium for this gentleman, 1st place. Congratulations, well done to this driver. Tron Colby having a great run here tonight, coming quite from a ways back at the back of the pack. He is going to manage to take 2nd place, and Turner is just going to hold on to 3rd place as JM needed one more lap there. He was right there on the back end. OBR Panani is going to take 5th place. Mao is going to come around here. He's going to take 6th, so very close there for 3rd and 4th place. Right at the end of the race, right to the line that came down to. Sweaty Palm's going to come around here for Flying Fox Racing. He is going to take 7th place. We've got RJ here. He's going to come around with a nice 8th place finish for himself as well here today. Prozac is going to come in just in behind here in 9th place. He's just coming around that corner right now for that final run here for this gentleman tonight. Congratulations to all our drivers here as well. We did see Miguel finish just a lap ago there in 9th, and Fuentes is going to come around here. Our final driver in 10th place here. Who did we lose? We lost a driver here. Wow, right at the end of the race, ladies and gentlemen, we lose one of our drivers on track, and Fuentes is going to jump up into 10th place here. So fortunate for Mr. Fuentes. He kept it on the track. He kept it running all race long, and at the end of the day, still grabbing a position at the end of the day. So hey, there's nothing wrong with top 10 points here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Fuentes as well. So interesting little turn of events there. Right at the end of the race, we lose one of our drivers. That's crazy. That's crazy, ladies and gentlemen. So catastrophic failure for, I'm not sure which driver. One might have just left really quickly, actually. So I do believe we had all our drivers still finish on track. We have Phoenix no longer in the list here, so he must have either disconnected right at the end of the race after he crossed the line, or he had to go. So we didn't lose a driver. My apologies. I just had to take a look through the field here. So we did again have Phoenix in 1st place with Tron Colby in 2nd and Turner finishing in 3rd place. Of course, unofficial results, ladies and gentlemen. So the way this works for these drivers, they have 24 hours from the time of the race end to file any incident reports, and then of course the stewards will take a look at it from there, and if necessary, hand out any penalties or any further action. So far this season, there have been penalties assessed, and these drivers are running on what's called a competition license. They have 3 points on that license, and if you lose 3 points on that license, you do actually suffer a full race suspension. So it's just so these drivers definitely are doing everything in their power and what they can here to keep it right and tight, neat and clean, because you don't want to get that competition's license taken away for a race in the middle of a championship battle here. So Very interesting little program that we have running here, Flat Out Racing North America. A little bit of insight to what's going on behind the scenes here. So that is why we see the racing the way we see it here, ladies and gentlemen, because every driver has so much to lose if they don't get it right and tight. So fantastic racing by our drivers here today. I mean, what else can we say? So we're going to do some podium interviews. It's going to be done a little bit differently tonight, ladies and gentlemen, so just bear with me. I do need to set it up. We're going to go through Discords for audio here tonight for our podiums, so just bear with me. We're going to flip it over to the screen, and we're going to get that chat set up and get our drivers in there, and we'll have a little chat with our guys here about how the race went for them tonight. So huge congratulations again to C. Turner, Trone, Kobe, and Phoenix for being the best racers on the racetrack here in round 3 at Blue Moon Infield A. We'll be right back, guys and gals. I am having some technical difficulties here, guys. We're in the chat, but I'm talking to these guys and they can't hear me in the Discord server for some reason. So, not sure what to say. Yeah, don't ignore the spam in the YouTube chat, guys. My apologies. Oh, oh, can you hear me, Tron? Can you hear me? Hello, 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 hello. Why is it not working? Yes. Why is it not working for me though? I don't understand. Huh. Oh, hey. It was working there for a second. Oh, I gotta hold the button to talk? Oh, okay, I see what's going on now. Discord changed all my settings. Alright, guys, my apologies. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we got it sorted out here now. Apparently, I've got to hold the button to talk. I'm gonna have to change that in my Discord hotkeys after tonight. But yeah, we are here with the guys now. They can hear me, and I can hear them. So we're just going to kick this off here. My apologies, everybody. Good golly. Alright, so we're going to flip that little doozy on right there. Our third place driver here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is Mr. Turner. So, a great race for you today, Mr. Turner. You had a good strategy there in the medium tire run right at the end there. Just not quite enough to stay up with the leader Phoenix, but also not quite enough to hold off Tro and Kobe. So, why don't you talk about how that race went for you and if you're happy with that P3 finish at the end of the day?
Yeah, the strategy worked out pretty good. I made a little mistake towards the end. I think it was on lap 37 or so. I ran a little bit wide, and Tron got the jump on me at that point. But me and my team, we worked on the strat all week and ended up being a pretty strong strat with the one stop.
And I mean, it worked out very well for you. We didn't see the one stop really prove to be the dominant strategy in the first lobby, the Pro Am 1 lobby. So to see it work at the Pro Am 2 lobby was nice. So varying strategies between the two lobbies, but at the end of the day, of course, good results for you coming into third place. So, first podium for you this season? Oh, did you hear me? Sorry, was that your first podium for you this season, Mr. Turner? What is going on with Discord?
Yes, sir. In fact, it was.
Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you very much. I'm really struggling with Discord here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, apparently. Oh, my goodness. All right, so great stuff there from Turner. Anything you'd like to add to what happened there in the race tonight?
Yeah, just had a mishap on lap 37, ran a little bit wide, but like I said, the one stop strategy I think helped me out quite a bit. I was able to pass quite a few drivers in the pits. And I just want to thank my team for helping me work that out, and Kels and Mark for making me the man I am today.
Absolutely, and appreciate it. Thanks for your patience too, guys. By the way, coming in here, of course, a couple days after the race and giving us our time to talk to us here. So, a great shout out. And I mean, round three. So now, and you know, the drivers are starting to settle into the series now. You guys are starting to get comfortable with each other on track. I guess what's the focus now as we move into the mid part of the season? You know, round 4, 5, 6, and 7. What are you thinking about now as you move forward into you know, that long grind? I guess into the championship.
Just try to have some good finishes. I think I'm gonna have to waste the first two races as drop races, but just try to close the gap on first and second. Hopefully, move up in the standings for sure.
Absolutely, and fantastic stuff. So, Barcelona next week for round 4. How do you feel about heading to Spain?
it's definitely a very tricky track. It's very technical. You know, it's a testing track, so there's going to be a lot of spins, a lot of people going off. So just try to keep it on track and have a good strat worked out before the race, pretty much.
All right, and very well said, of course. So, again, congratulations. Very strong race from here tonight. That's definitely going to shoot you up the standings here a little bit coming into round 4. And, great race from you here tonight. Can't wait to see what you bring for us coming into round 4.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a good night.
Cheers. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So moving forward here now, we do have our second place driver, Troan Colby. So we see him on the podium last week. We see him back on the podium here again this week in second place. He had a fantastic drive. He started near the end of the pack at the beginning of the race and showed some incredible patience very early on. He was just sitting there in behind. I can't remember which driver. I think it was JM, and really just kind of conserved his car for the early part of the race, and then he turned it up at the end of the race and just running out of some time to catch our first place driver Phoenix. But a very solid second place finish here for you tonight. So why don't you talk us through your race, my man?
Yeah, actually, I was behind Turner the whole race. So he kind of helped me out. After the first turn, I kind of got tapped out, so I was working from the back, and I just held behind Turner and pitted, and I'll catch him sooner or later, so to speak. The race was pretty good for me. I was surprised to catch Turner on lap 38 when he went too wide, and he tried to hold me off, but I was too fast for him because I figured he was saving on that one stop. It went pretty well for me.
Absolutely, and I mean, week in and week out, you're showing some really incredible patience. Is that a part of your game plan when you come into these races?
Yeah, no, just practicing as much as I can. Um, just figuring out what to do. That's pretty much my game plan.
And of course, just jumping in with Team THG here as you started your season here. So the first week rocking that new name, you get a podium, and second week you're rocking that beautiful tag there, and you got your nice new race car design on that race car too this week from the team there, coming out with another strong race finish here today. So are we going to see Tyrone Colby on the top of the podium in Spain next week? Is the bigger question.
Um, well, I will try. Barcelona is actually one of my weaker tracks, but I'll practice and try to hang in there.
All right. Well, absolutely great stuff from you again this week, my man. Super proud of watching your progress over the last few months. As a commentator, I've been able to watch this guy race in other leagues as well and commentate while he's racing, and I've watched him develop, and he's turning into one very quick racer, ladies and gentlemen. So racers out there, beware, because Tyrone Colby is on the scene here, and he's looking very racy so far in flat out racing North America. So huge congratulations on the P2. That's definitely going to jump you up into the standings and put you right in the middle of this championship fight here as well. So I guess how do you prepare the next couple rounds, knowing that you're right there fighting for potential top spot, and shout outs and thank yous when you're finished with that.
Keep practicing, especially with the THT members. Today, Corey moved up to pro, so I can't really copy his strat from the VRC standpoint anyway. Shout outs. I want to shout out to THG. Thank you for letting me join your academy. Um, Shout out to Ghost for the great commentary, and shout out to all the sponsors, GR Simulator and Apex, and yeah, just shout out to this beautiful league that give me this opportunity to race.
Cheers. We really do appreciate that. Great shout outs there by Trone. And of course, definitely showing the support to the family in behind the man, in behind the race car here tonight. But solid finish for you. And definitely can't wait to see what you have for us in round 4 Barcelona next weekend. And again, just congratulations on a really fantastic drive from you here again this evening. And enjoy the moment. Thank you for giving us some extra time out of your week to come talk to us tonight. We appreciate it.
All right, thank you too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we don't have our race winner in the chat here. No, it's just me, so myself and Trone left. So he didn't send me a write up either. So he came in. He was racing for Team OBR. He's got a Team OBR livery on there. So huge congratulations to Team OBR for having Phoenix come into this race and just looking very solid from start to finish. His driver started on pole position. He took the whole shot right off the line. He led right up until his pit stop, and then as soon as that rotation of pit stops came around, he was right back in the race lead. Slightly modified two-stop strategy from this driver, and it was just enough to edge out Trone Colby in second place, and of course Turner, who was the first driver on the podium with the one-stop strategy here tonight, and proving to be worthy for him to hold out that P3. So fantastic racing all weekend again from these guys, right from our amateurs through our Pro AM1 and 2 lobbies, right up through that pro division, and then of course our premier guys, our elite drivers, those absolutely super space alien fast drivers we see on the racetrack every Sunday night. Some fantastic racing all week long here again. And I mean, with every week of racing, the drivers are learning something about each other. They're learning a little more about their competition, who they really need to start watching out for more. And it's going to start getting spicy on the racetrack here as we move into round 4 this weekend. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, we will be back live with our amateur division for round 4 at Barcelona. No chicane layout, so we're yanking the chicane off the racetrack for these guys this week, and we're just going to let them absolutely send it around this racetrack. Of course, followed up by our elite division at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday, and then of course our Pro AM1 and Pro AM2 lobbies Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I am your host for the evening, GT45 Gaming, again presented by Flat Out Racing North America, ladies and gentlemen. Sponsors GTR Simulators and Apex Racing, and of course all our graphics and overlays we see here on the stream provided by Hypre Graphics. It takes a team to make this happen, and it takes an absolutely amazing amount of viewers to come in and show the love like you guys and gals do every week here. We appreciate all your support so far here in Season 2 at Flat Out Racing North America. Keep it going, keep rocking. Don't forget to hit that like and share before you leave the broadcast here tonight. If you're over on Facebook, we're going to go pick somebody to raid. So our Facebook viewers, please hang out in the chat. We're going to go find one of our community members to go show some love to from GT45 Gaming. For those of you watching on our GT45 Gaming YouTube and Flat Out Racing North America YouTube, thank you so much for being here tonight and hanging out with us. Absolutely appreciate all the support. Much of the same thing. Please don't forget to like and share on the way out. And if you're not subscribed to the channels yet, what you waiting for, guys? The action doesn't wait for the viewers. We put it on anyways. So you don't want to miss it. Hit that subscribe button, turn on all them live notifications, and you'll never miss another great race provided by Flat Out Racing North America. Hope everybody had a fantastic night. Hope everybody enjoyed the week's worth of racing. I know I did. These guys absolutely make it so enjoyable to broadcast racing here at Flat Out Racing North America. What a great group of drivers we have here. And huge shout out, of course, to everybody behind the scenes of Flat Out Racing North America, down to our stewards and admin staff to keep everything moving day to day, week to week. Proud presentation, and we'll be back in a couple of days, ladies and gentlemen. So 72 hours, we'll be back with another live broadcast here for you guys for round 4, and we can't wait to see you all back on Saturday. Stay safe out there. It's wintertime here in North America, so make sure your cars are warmed up and make sure the kitties are nice and warm, and just have some safe travels out there. Stay winning, most importantly, and we love each and every one of you. Thank you so much all for your support.